I'm guessing that we've got 2 weeks chat to catch up on.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of spelling mistakes.
Does that mean Pascal's been sitting in there for like 3 weeks?
I know.
Yeah.
Did we leave like a little emergency food package for him or anything?
I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yeah, been surviving on hobnobs and coffee.
Oh, I could survive on that diet.
Yeah.
You know, the best bit about a hobnobs and coffee diet is the hobnobs and coffee.
I don't know how long you'd actually survive, though. I don't think
All of
it's
it.
probably not good for you.
Long enough.
Now, would you survive on the chocolate? Obviously, would there have to be chocolate hobnobs? So
Well,
would you
Of
survive
course,
on,
yeah. Well, obviously.
would you
Is
survive
there
on
another type of hobnob?
If it's not a chocolate hobnobs, it's GTFO. It's got to be chocolate hobnobs.
but or would the caffeine and the coffee keep it going?
Yeah. And the chocolate on the hobnobs.
Yeah. Oh, right. Oh, hey, well, better welcome this lot in. It's Monday night, everybody. It's Monday night after a bank holiday. Yes, so we all been refreshed and relaxed and full of chocolate Easter eggs and things like that. So welcome to Monday night eModels live stream with Ted at eModels.co.uk, and Foxx as well. Hello, Foxx. How are you?
Hello, I'm all right, matey. I had a bit of an accident.
Yeah, this is looking slightly different tonight. I can't quite work out what's different.
Yeah, I've changed my eyeliner. That's what it is. It's.
I think 1 or 2 people are already mentioning it there.
Yes, no,
Ted, who's the other guy here?
I don't know. I think they stole Foxx.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I think they've stole Foxx and replaced him with an
I
imposter.
don't like that one.
I don't like it. Make him go away. Bring back the real one.
No, what happened was it was that hot weekend last week, and I realised that if we're going to have another hot summer this year, then big foppish hair and a big fat beard isn't going to do me any favours. So I decided to, trim it all. Unfortunately, because I haven't shaved my beard for like 9 months, I got the setting wrong on the beard trimmers, and I ended up with, So it went a bit shorter than I planned.
Foxx will be using the beard trimmings in the next diorama, where he uses the beard trimmings as flock.
Yes, so I've now managed to make myself look younger and fatter.
Yeah, well, we were debating about the younger bit, but yeah.
Just say it. Just make me feel good.
Hi, Chris. Good evening, Chris. How are you? And what
Good evening. Yeah, I'm okay as well. I also had a shave, but I did it properly.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah, but you do it all the time. I haven't done it for almost a year. I've forgotten what to do and everything.
Yeah. So we can guarantee it is the real Foxx. We've sort of looked at the sort of imprint on his foot. There is the real.
We asked him the security questions.
Yeah. Should I blow their mind even further?
Yeah. I know. Yeah, and the head.
It was the head as well. Yeah.
Was that when you were shaving and you forgot to stop and you just kept going up higher?
I actually ordered myself some hair clippers.
Yeah. I forgot where his face ended, didn't he?
Just kept going. Oh.
Don't be paying 20 quid to a barber to trim it. Just get yourself some hair clippers. It's actually quite relaxing. Zen-like.
What I used to do when I used to keep my hair short, because I used to wear it under a helmet, is that the wife would trim the dog and then she'd do me straight after the dog. Straight over the top.
It's actually quite relaxing to sit there on a stool in the kitchen with newspaper down, just with the clippers going on your own head. It's quite a zen. You get to think about life and things. It's quite relaxing.
Well, I just got the Turkish barbers now. I don't think he cuts it. He just rearranges it. That's all.
See, my Turkish barber, he's actually terrible. He's actually a terrible barber, but he makes really nice Turkish tea. So it all makes up for itself in the end.
Anders says you'd be saving money on shampoo anyway.
Oh, yes. I've gone from lots and lots in my hand to like the tiniest pea-sized blob. There you go.
Yeah, and it's probably dry before you get out of the shower anyway now, isn't it?
I can use just one towel now. I don't need like 32 towels.
Oh, Colin at Festa 67 is also noting out that you have matching glasses now. Almost. I'll have to put mine out, but
mine.
If I put my glasses on, I can't see.
Yeah, that's the new me. Last time we were on, I was trying out just a cheap old reading pair, but these are the new prescriptions, so the new look me.
I like them.
Yeah, I did try to copy Foxx. Said, have you got any like this guy? Oh yeah, we got them. Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Foxx glasses? Yes.
Yeah.
Nobody will get the reference, but they remind me of Richard Conrad from the Subrema webcomic, but nobody will get that.
I don't get that either.
No,
You'll have to send us the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're all clever. They're all anti-scratch, anti-glare, and things like that. So I was hoping that there'll be a little bit of you could see my eyes now rather than the reflections of all the lights and things. But hopefully they work. No, they don't.
They're less. They're not very shiny, so they're quite not glary now. They look good. I like them.
Yeah, that's cool.
They make you look younger, but not fatter.
Yeah, you know when you walk. You see people that you've seen all the time, and they sort of look at you thinking something different. I can't work out where it is. You just walk away and don't tell them. You leave them wondering. It's so different with him.
I think I've broken the entire chat. Distract them with something quick.
Talking about chat. Who's in tonight then, Chris? That show.
I'll have a look. The first I see in is Dad saying good evening a little while ago, but I'm sure other people were in there first. But you know how chat works. So we also have Andrew Leary, Sergeant Bones, Red Lynn, and then they were talking amongst themselves. Next up, we have Colin at Festa 67's workshop in, being another mod like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm there a little bit. Michael Jackman's here. Then Spitty Q8. Ray from Malta's in. Ickle Pete. Michael Jackman. I think I've already said. Chancellor NW. Skullfish. How's it?
Skullfish.
Yeah, thank you. Paul Horner. Beck Storm. I don't recognise Beck Storm, so welcome.
Yep, I recognise the name. Beck Storm before.
I'm just not paying attention then, obviously. So welcome anyway. But you know, eModels UK is here.
Yeah, that's it. Got to guess who it is tonight.
Adam Clark, J. Bone. Anders is watching the show from a hotel room in Denmark. Where is that in Denmark? Did you see that, Ted? Have you?
Where's that one? I was just
it's a page and a bit up.
I was just reading a bit about Michael Jackman building a Perry-class frigate.
Oh, yeah, it's just below that.
Just below that.
I thought he might be distracted by talk of boats. Ted likes big boats, and he cannot lie.
Yeah, they're building a boating pond at work. I can't wait. I can't find it.
It's just underneath Michael Jackman saying building Perry-class frigate.
Oh, Anders Eriksson says, "Hi, all, watching the show from a hotel room in Frederikshavn, Denmark this evening." It's watching from Denmark.
Denmark, yeah.
Denmark, I can pronounce that.
It's in
Denmark. Watching from somewhere in Denmark.
Hotel in Denmark, yeah.
It's watching from hotel.
And then it all went to pot with Fox's lack of hair.
Yes, something happened.
Osric's in saying, "What happened to your face?"
Nothing happened to the face. It was the stuff on the face that changed.
Yeah, the problem is you can now see his face.
Yes, that's the downside. Yeah.
Tyrone's also in. Stefan Last, Wayne Hayward, Nana Sunrise is in. Osric, Jamie, and Mark 3BS. And that seems to be everybody new and exciting for the chat until everyone else turns up now. So.
Speedy Q8 does some good callback. He says, "Fox, you know that story you told about you freaking out when your dad lost his Zapata mustache in the 70s? Yeah, we're all doing that." Somebody asked me if I did a Mohican. I can't remember who it was. Actually, I did. Yes. It was weird. I looked like Neelix for about a minute because it was long, and I was like, Neelix, no.
Yeah, we should perhaps all do a sponsored shave and go bald. Next week we'll be totally bald for charity.
Well, next week that'll be perfectly all right because we aren't here.
Yeah. It's a bank holiday again next week. Just after we've had one bank holiday last week, we're going to have another one next week. So we won't be here next week, but you can come along if you want, but we won't be here.
I think I've said this before, but from the moment I left school, I instantly forgot when all the bank holidays are. And even to this day, I've got no idea when the bank holidays are. I'm like, oh, is it bank holiday? The moment when I was at school, everything was bank holidays. You knew when they all were because you depended on them for time off school.
Yeah, but you don't even know when Monday is, so I don't expect you to know when bank holidays are.
Yeah, but you've got the iPhone. Does the iPhone not remind you that bing?
No,
not like that. Tomorrow is a bank holiday. Oh, is it?
No, but I must turn off. Just talking of that, I must turn my notifications off on the iPad.
I must turn mine off because mine's about pink halfway through. Yeah, so.
Oh, Nevbo's after a pay rise, I think. He says, Eek is that Foxy's younger brother.
Ooh,
Ooh.
will get you everywhere.
He doesn't mention that he's Foxy's younger, fatter brother. He didn't say that.
Yeah, that kind of factory won't get you anywhere.
The thing about getting fatter, we don't want to mention it, but we just thought we might mention it just in case somebody else mentions it.
Well, the thing is that like the next U-boat video I was doing should go up in the next few days, and I had to use a bit of old footage where I was showing you how to use a rattle can varnish, and it was about 2 years old, and I'm like, wow, I can't wear that t-shirt or those shorts anymore. They just don't fit.
Mm. Yeah. The powers of being on the internet, you can thumb back and see what you used to look like.
Yeah. Hit that age when everything starts to go in the wrong direction.
That's it. Yeah, you need to get. Yeah, need to get out more. You need to go to that. You need to go to the further kebab shop.
Yeah, exactly. The one that's just further down the road. I've been outside. The graphics are terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, talking about food, it's that time again. What's on the bench and what's in your belly? What have you had for tea tonight? What's on the bench? For me, I had a very nice salad because it's summer again. It's sunny times, so it's a salad tonight. What's on the bench? I don't have a submarine on the bench this week, but I've got a sewing machine.
Close.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah. The wife's got one of these hand crank sewing machines, so that's appeared on the bench in a 1-to-1 scale. So I just need to do it up a little bit. So
does that mean your modelling time is over now? That's it. Forget it.
No, it's a bit of a trade-off. You see, yeah. It's a bit of a trade-off.
She puts the sewing machine on there, and you go and watch something on telly.
Yeah. Well, it's the submarine gets pushed to one side a little bit. Sewing machine takes its place. Do a bit of titivating and cleaning and things like that. Then they all swap.
Have you got your upstairs workshop area sorted yet?
Yeah, well, that was the subject of getting approached this week, where we've just got the bathroom more or less finished now, and I said that the next thing I want to do is put the windows in the loft. So that's going to be the next stage. That's hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Payday's around. So we can get some.
Is that so? You can have the windows put in the loft, and then she says, "Oh, actually, this is quite nice. I could use this for my."
Yeah, I can use this for storing my sewing machines.
When I'm not using them downstairs on the bit that you want to use as your modelling bench.
Yeah, we could go up that very nice ladder that I put into the loft and use them very big windows that facing south and get the sunshine all day. So.
That should make some interesting temperatures in the summer, Ted.
Yeah, well, that's the next thing. I need to speak to the temperature guys, the window fitting guys, and see how they sort of get around that. So, it's either boiling hot in the summer or too cold in the winter. So,
yes, aircon.
If anybody out there has any ideas how to do it other than aircon, because that could be the expensive.
You could have them special windows that you can open.
Yeah, opening windows. That's a novel thought.
No, that's the thing. You see, in the summer, I've looked because this room that I'm in now, this faces the sun all day. So in the summer, this room technically could get very, very hot. So all I do is I keep the window closed and I keep the curtains closed. So during the day, it's cool. And then when it gets cool in the evening and the sun's around the front, I open the window to let the cool air out and the hot air out and open the curtains. You're kind of counterintuitive, but it kind of works.
So your curtains are shut all day. So anybody walking past outside, look, it's still in bed. Look.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't get up. He sees you up all night and then he sleeps all day. Never gets up. Never see him. One of them strange guys. You never see him.
I saw him once, but he had loads of hair and it was all,
Yeah, that's where that guy lives. You don't want to go near there. If your ball goes in his garden, leave it.
Yeah, you need new ball.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's coming in on the chat. Let's see what is on the bench then.
I'm just looking there. Paul Tomasio says, bench nothing, belly, no idea yet. Thanks for sharing. Phil East says a Tamiya Panther and a chicken sandwich.
Oh, chicken sandwich. Yeah, put some hot chili sauce on that. Be all right.
Tyrone Key says lots of pasta. This is good.
Oh yeah, pasta.
I did have pasta tonight. So
yeah, but just pasta. Pasta's pretty boring on its own. What's with the pasta?
Yeah, it's like all things. You can't just say pizza, or you have to explain. You have to say
With my pasta, I had some pasta bolognese sauce and some hot dogs chopped up in it.
I had scummy tea tonight. I just had a can of macaroni cheese and some chips because it was a quick and simple. I was like, I just need to make food quick. Blah.
Did you dip the chips in the can?
No, I cooked them. Obviously, I'm not quite that bad. I have done that in the past. I will be honest. I have done that.
No, macaroni cheese in a can has to come straight out the can. It's camping food.
Yeah, I mean, I have done the thing where occasionally I might be so hungry and like it's so late at night and I can't bother cooking that I just get like a can of spaghetti and sausages and just open the can and I'm away.
I don't mind the camping food, but I don't think Foxx needs to be any more camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Where are we up to? Osric 9000 is having Singapore noodles.
Oh, right. From Singapore. It's a long way to go. A long way to go for some noodles. Wayne Hayward's got roast chicken and he's got a real grade charzaku.
Yes, charzaku. Good choice.
Is that food or is that a model?
It's a gunpla, Ted.
Ah, right. Well, moving on.
Ted Glaze.
Jamie Bone has in his belly 16 chicken nuggets.
Oh, get in.
And a large chips from the chippy. The bench is a 1-100 Flames of War Tiger 1s.
Ooh, nice.
Speedy Q says for food, he's got leftover ham sarnies from work. Yes, keeping it healthy. Oh, yeah. So they're all flat where you sat on them. They've been squashed in your rucksack. Drowned them in egg and fried them, and they were rather good. That's a good idea. Ham sarnies battered in egg and deep fried.
I like the sound of that. Richard Smith says hi for Oz. I think he means from Oz. Hi, Richard Smith. If you're Australian, g'day, bro.
Oh no, it will be. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, bro. Chancellor Northwest, I assume it's Chancellor Northwest or Chancellor NW, is munching on sausages and curly chips. Get in. On his bench, he's got a MiG-25U 172 Condor kit. You didn't need to say kit. We guessed it wouldn't be the real fighter plane on your bench. You'd have a big bench.
Spiddy Q8 has a bench, an R1M motor bicycle cycle, and still looking for his new paintbrushes and going, ooh. I'm not sure if that's a ooh or it's a ooh.
Yeah,
I can't really tell.
Above that one, but though, Ashley Sparhawk says, has Foxx shaved?
No, I think he's looking at his bushes and going,
Deadboard model making. Hi there. One of our builders. He's got tea, bacon, butty. Yes.
Oh yes.
Tea and bacon butty. Can't beat it. Yeah. He's on his bench. He's a rat rodding a 1953 Ford pickup.
Good effort. Rat rods are awesome. Rat rods, I like them.
I saw a real genuine. Must have been a 1953 Ford pickup drive past me through the lakes the other day. Rat rodded.
Yeah.
It was dropped, painted. Well, I assume it was painted or weathered brown or had a wrap over it. But yeah, it just looked like that one.
If it was brown, I can tell you exactly where that was rat rodded. It was probably Penguin Speed Shop in Wales because they do a lot of rat rod stuff, and they used to Ford pickup in their car park.
Yeah, but it was a real McCoy. He had a canvas tilt on the back, all flapping in the wind. Yeah, it looked the real McCoy.
Do they actually have penguins working there?
Yeah, it's basically a workshop full of tiny little penguins who are all Welsh.
Not the chocolate bars.
No, because they wouldn't last long if I walked in. But yes, that's where we rat rodded my Ford Fiesta for fun. By the way, I have to apologise if I keep rubbing my eye. For some reason, my eye is being really. You know when your eye won't focus properly?
It's not the real Foxx. Take the glasses off. It's not the real Foxx. It's
I think it shouldn't be. Have you got hair in it?
I'm clearly an imposter and an alien. It must be my nictating membrane that's just not working properly.
Well, Foxx is sorting his eyes out. I'll do another one. And Anders has on his bench Rifle Models 135th Panther with clear turret and upper hull, and his belly was steak with garlic butter and fries.
Like that one, maybe.
Oh,
the 135th Panther.
Yeah, with the clear turret and the bits and bobs. I've got to take that back. Mark Dale says, "Yuck, food. No, like it. I don't. You have to eat food, dude. You can't not eat food." Tamiya is making a Tamiya F40 staring at me. I'll start that again. Tamiya F40 staring at me, trying to find some inspiration on not doing it shiny and red. do it like wait, is that the Ford F40? No, what's the Ford? What's the classic Ford with the do it in the blue and the orange?
Do it rat rodded.
Do it rat rod.
Mark Dale asks, "Oh, there's an idea, Nebo. Can he rat rod a Ferrari? Why not? Yeah, that'll be good. Everybody's nice shiny Ferraris and things like that. Rat rod it.
Yeah, you can rat rod whatever you want. The strangest rat rodding technique I ever came across in real life, not in model cars, is there was the guy who had an Audi Q4, the big long saloon. I don't know Audis, they bore me, but it was some big long Audi. It was like a year old. It was very nice. And what he did was he took the bonnet off, stripped it down to bare metal, and left it outside for like 8 months. So it rusted. And then once it had got a nice coat of rust on it, he clear coated it and put it back on the car.
Surely that's not technically rat rodding it.
No,
that is actually weathering it.
That's just making it rust a bit and then covering it up. It's not really.
But would it not continue to rust even under the clear coat? Because you know what paint does on a car.
Technically, I didn't want to point that out. He was very proud of what he did. We have a serious question. If we can break into the what people are eating, and we'll come back to it in a minute.
All right.
Michael Jackman just says maybe hello. Start again. Michael Jackman says, question, this may seem a bit naive, but what's the best way to use a decal fix as there's no instructions on the bottle? I use warm water and place the decal and then brush the decal fix on top of it. Now that's the Humbrol stuff, isn't it? Which I haven't used for a long time. If I remember rightly, he's doing it right. You just put your decal on, let it sit for a minute, and then apply the decal fix and then let it soak, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've not used decal fix as such, but
yeah, that's it. It just sort of let it soften your decal, but that's about it. Yeah.
If I remember rightly, it's just like micro set and sol, as in you can get your decal on, give it a coat of decal fix. Once it's dried, if it needs a bit more fussing, give it another coat, and it'll continue to soften it again.
Yeah,
but it sounds like he's doing it right.
Just keep applying it. There's no magic way of doing it. There's no magic sort of solution to it. Just apply it till your decal sits right down. Then clear a coat over the top of it because it might not stick onto the surface as well.
Yeah, it can take. It's not the strongest of decal solutions either, so it might take a few coats to get it to properly bed down. I mean, I would recommend something like Microset and Sol or what's the Mr. Hobby stuff, Mr. Mark Setter and Mr. Mark Softer perhaps is the strongest. But decal fix is fine. It just takes a few more coats to get it to work. Right, back to food and bellies and things.
Tyrone says pasta and butter, as I'm trying to lose a bit of weight. So we shouldn't have the butter then. So
starch, carbohydrates, and butter. Is that going to work for losing weight? Maybe noodles and no butter might be better. Let's have a look. Anders Ericsson just scrolled down. I've lost it. Carry on. Somebody take over.
Was that the diorama from 2 weeks ago?
Oh, yes.
Of the 172nd Opel?
No.
Finished the pics in the eModels gallery. Oh, we should mention the gallery as well, shouldn't we?
Yes. I'll do it now. Next week would be the gallery giveaway, but it's a bank holiday next week, so you've got an extra week to get your pictures uploaded to the gallery. It's emodels.co.uk/gallery. Get your pictures uploaded, and Monday after next, we will convene. We three witches will convene, hubble, bubble, toil and trouble, and do all that, and we'll pick a 5-star rated. Yeah, 5-star rated picture in the gallery. So get your pictures uploaded and get rating people's builds, and then they'll rate yours in return.
So you've got the bank holiday weekend to fix them all up and get the pictures taken and submit them to the gallery.
And you could win a cool prize that we haven't got a clue what it is.
Yay, but it will be a prize, and it will be cool, probably.
And it will be from eModels.
Beck Storm says on his bench or her bench. This thing, we don't know who's who sometimes. We don't know if you're male. So if we call you he and you're not, or you call you she and you're not, we do apologise. Beck Storm says, bench, forever working on my master grade Sinanju. I've got one just up there in a box.
I thought it was a car. I thought it was an MG Sinanju.
No, it's a Gunpless Ted.
It's another. It's not a Gundam.
He's glazed over again.
Sort of like it.
Yeah, moving on.
And in his belly, sweet and sour noodles. Oh. Yes, I've got a Sinanju up there, waiting to be done. It was gifted to me.
Paul de Tomaso is ordering KFC.
Oh,
leave it like that. You need to tell us: is it a tower? Is it a
Yeah, we want details.
It could be a family book. It could have the whole family round, sit watching us on TV.
Yeah.
Instead of watching the GOT thing, whatever.
I've got to tell you, by the way, I've only recently discovered KFC in my life, and it was always quite nice, but I always really wanted the boneless bits because with the face furniture, it was a nightmare. As soon as I got rid of the beard, I got a KFC bucket, and I just put it all in my face without thinking about it. It's great. I can just go blah, blah, blah with food now, and I don't care because there's no moustache to worry about.
A quick rub down with an oily rag, and you're good to go.
Yes. It's a Friday night for me, that is. Let's have a look. Donald Mackenzie's having fish and chips and several Enterprises on the bench. I don't know if he means the Starship Enterprise or the aircraft carrier Enterprise. Could be either.
I don't think you'd have several of the aircraft carrier.
Well, it could be the shuttle.
It could be a big bench.
Could be a big bench. Somebody's got a full MiG fighter plane on the bench, they said earlier on. So.
True, yeah.
Speedy Q8 confirms that when he said about looking at his brushes and going, ooh, he's saying, ooh, they look nice. Ooh, I might even dip them in some paint tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the chance. That's the time, isn't it? When you bring the new paintbrush home, you get it to the bench and you look at it and you look at it again and you spin it around and then I think it's too nice to paint with. I'll use one of the cheap ones.
Yeah. You look at the brush and your mind is awash with all potential that brush can bring, and then you never use it because it's too nice. I was gifted a set of Series 7 Winsor and Newtons and didn't use them for about 2 years because I can't bring myself to use them. They're too nice and expensive. David Moore says in his belly, chicken curry rice and Peshwari naan. Oh yeah, and on his bench, Meng U-boat and a Lancaster bomber.
Oh, right. That make a good combo. But yeah. The Beng U-boat you've got on your bench there, Fox. Is that
yes. Oh, okay. I'll do that bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
yes. I finished the U-boat. I'll see if I can zoom. I'll zoom in a bit. I was about to click on. I was trying to move my mouse to click on my physical actual camera, which would have been stupid. That's just a stupid thing. Let me zoom in a bit. Hang on.
looks like, yeah. It looks
why we don't zoom in too much on your face because we can.
Yes,
see
I'll cover up my face. As best I can.
Yeah, it looks good with the flag and the washing.
Yeah, all the undercrackers hanging off. Yeah, so that is now done. It's all done and finished. The video should be up on, I think, Friday for people to watch and see how I did it. It doesn't really come out on camera, but there's a nice green scum line on there on the side, and there's a bit more weathering. And I had to do some emergency repairs to the easy line that I didn't show in the video. But yeah, some of it broke and I had to fix it. Panicky. It was a bit panicky. So that is all done. Flag and tonnage pennants and weathering and all that kind of nonsense.
The flag looks like it's straightened itself out somewhat.
It has a little bit. It's still wiggly. It's still a bit wriggly.
A bit wiggly. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it also came off at one point, so I had to kind of repair it. So let me just put that down there and move away so you don't get my face zoomed in. There you go. So yes, that's all done. That should be up on Friday, the video.
Oh, look forward to that. Yeah,
I think you have to play with your focus again, Fox, as well.
There you go. Is that better?
Yes, that's much better. Thank you.
I've got a beard again. It's great.
Osric says conjunctivitis. I think he's talking about your eye rather than what he's got on his bench.
No,
it's like
hay
I
fever.
don't know. It's like you get some sort of minky stuff in your eye, and it's when you wake up in the morning and you can't quite get your eye to focus properly. It's like that.
It's not morning. You should have been up for hours.
I've been up for hours. You've got a roomy eye, as Steve.
It's that guy behind them curtains in that house. Just got out of bed now. You see.
Yeah.
8:45 at night. He's just got out of bed.
Speedy Q8 says, I'm not going to explain this, but he says, I'm now off to dub an episode of Pingu with a dodgy Welsh accent.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Oh,
yeah, I think it's referring to that.
Penguin's Beach Show.
Yes.
It just reminded me that myself and a couple of friends many years ago, when I used to work in this office, we got so bored in our jobs that any chance we get, we'd go outside on our breaks and we'd basically reenact Star Wars with Yorkshire accents. It was hilarious. You have to work in a crappy office though to appreciate it. Paul Horner confirms it's the Ford GT40 that he's working on. So yeah, why not go for the classic blue, orange, and white paint scheme?
That could be an interesting subject, actually. What have these guys out here? What have you in chat? What's your favourite office prank, or what do you do in the office to break the monotony?
Yeah, you know,
I never worked in an office, so I
Keep
can't
it
help you with that one.
friendly. Yeah, keep it friendly.
Yes, those of you who work in an office.
Yeah, well, you don't have to work in an office. There's some quite interesting videos about on the tools about building sites and guys on building sites.
That's true. That's true.
Uh,
Where are we? Festa 67 Workshop says belly pie and mash. That's just so London. Oh, a geezer pie and mash. You
Pie
know,
and mash.
yeah, it's great.
What sort of pie? That's what we want to know.
It's London pie.
London pie.
It's pie.
Smog pie.
It's just pie. Colin, we love you, really. And on the bench, he's got a cat. That's a little clue because he's filming another eModel. He's filming his first eModel series, and there's a little clue to what he's doing.
It's not really a clue.
he's building a cat.
Cat.
Two cats.
Two cats. What, like how is it like half a horse? It's two cats.
No, nothing is like half a horse test.
Two Cats is the sequel to Half a Horse.
What if you got the half a horse model and you kit bashed it so it was being ridden by a giant tooth? Would that not be the best thing ever?
No.
Oh. I'll stop then, shall I?
Stefan Last says belly, sandwich with leftover meatballs, bench, kind of between Mojos at the Mojos at the Mo. So still trumpeters de Havilland Hornet and Edwards Westland Lysander, both 148th in limbo mode. So sort of halfway between all of them and not really doing very much. It'll come back.
That must be an awesome sandwich with meatballs inside it with the bread pressed together. It'd be a lumpy sandwich.
I love it. It's just anything when anybody says meatballs, there's no such thing as a bad meatball. You just can't go wrong.
Yeah.
There's no such thing at all. Dave Cardboard says near where I worked 20 years ago, there was a guy with a marina that had been Artexed. Oh, yeah. For those that may not know, either they're too old or they're not northern. Artex was this stuff you used to put on your walls or on your seats. It's like a filler type plaster, but if you go into a house that was made in the 1960s or 70s, they've got this kind of seashell shape on the wall like that. That was because they got Artex and they got a piece of card and made this pattern. It's terrible stuff. It take the shins off.
Yeah, and that thing will be around for years to come. It's as though Romans built it because you can't get rid of it.
And there's nothing worse than when you're going up or downstairs with an Artex wall, and if you're a little bit maybe had a beverage, or if you're half asleep and you slip and you do that with your hand down the Artex, it cuts your hand.
Or it just makes sent a shiver. No, stop.
Yeah, like on your knuckles. Down.
Yeah. Then you try to cover it with wood chip wallpaper.
Yeah, basically, if that marina's there, it'll still be there, and it'll destroy anything it hits.
Yeah.
Spooky Reddick says hello, everyone, and Fox's younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Michael Jackman thanks us. Says thanks, lads.
AJ's asking Ted how the new job's going.
Oh, it's good, great. Yeah, it's good, great. Settling in. We're still sort of finding out niggly points and bits and pieces like that. But the museum is fully open. We're accepting visitors, and you can approach us by boat, car, bike. Come and see us. Yeah, it's great. We're just sorting out keys today. We're trying to get in. Keys don't work anymore, so yeah, it's going great.
Just been open for 3 weeks and we've not sorted the keys out yet.
yeah. Nobody's been inside yet.
We need to have a conversation about priorities there, Ted. I think.
Keep finding things that don't break or sinks like that. So you have to. Hello, is that the contractors? Can you come and fix this sink? Or click.
Paul Di Tommaso confirms he's ordered the KFC variety bucket with fries, salad, and gravy. I do like KFC fries. I know it's weird. I actually like KFC fries. I just hate the little tiny.
The new ones.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah, they're all right. Yeah,
they actually taste like potato rather than processed nonsense.
But you didn't really need the gravy. You should have got barbecue beans.
I like both. I always get both, and the sweet corn, which I can now eat without the bit.
Yeah. I've never been a fan. Yeah, the beans. I've never been a fan of the beans from KFC, but they're not Heinz. That's it. You can tell the difference.
Ted, you banned. Donald McKenzie confirms that the Enterprises were starships.
Right.
Paul Miller is off modelling for a while. He's had his ulnar repaired to his left hand, which he cut open with a scalpel blade. So his left hand is very painful at the moment. Sorry to hear that.
I'm getting the shivers now.
Don't play with stabby things.
Yeah. Watch Foxx for how not to stab yourself.
Paul Di Tommaso says Nana Sunrise and I are relaxing on the sofa watching the stream. Hey, Nana Sunrise. Mm-hmm. Yes, because Paul's not working on a Monday, so he's not in the candy factory.
Michael Jackman says, I'm so far out of Norwich, only Domino's or the local kebab shop will deliver. Deliveroo and Just Eat just don't want to know. So much for flying motorbikes.
Yeah.
Domino's is like £400 for a pizza. Nonsense. In sad news, the local kebab shop that I was depending on for my curries and kebabs that's like 2 yards down the road closed. In better news, it's reopened, but in sad news, it's reopened as a place that does burgers and pizzas, and I'm like, oh.
Well, you just have to go further. You could do with the exercise.
Well, they still do kebabs, but I'm like, we'll try them out. We'll see what they're like. They won't be really good.
Yeah, go the long way around. Just get the exercise.
Yeah.
Jamie Bone says, Fox, have you seen the new Meng Toon Matilda 2? I haven't, but now I know about it. I can go and find out about it.
Oh, well, we shall explore that. Yeah, they're fixing them out all the time now. Yeah?
Mark Dale says, your Toon sub is awesome, Fox. He loves it.
Thank you very much.
And
Get yourself
Matthew says the same thing, basically.
Get them. It's really good fun. They are really good fun to build. If you got yourself some of the, I was going to say the easy line, but if you want to do the rigging, you can't. eModels don't carry the easy line, but they do carry the ammo rigging thread, which is the same kind of stuff. You don't need a lot. But one thing I've learned is that easy line doesn't like hair dryers. Because I was drying some of the pet, and the easy line was like ping snap. Oh, I had to go. Yeah. But the beauty of because it stretches, I can just pull it taut again and glue it back in place. So.
Anders says he's got an office joke. He said, we stuck my mote's phone to the ceiling with gaffer tape. He could hear it ring, but couldn't find it.
I used to work in an office, and there was a girl in the office, bless her, she was, how can you put this? She wasn't the most bold coloured felt tip in the pack. And what they did was, this is going back a long way. We had these dumb terminal keyboards that weren't. It was just like these computers, but it was linked to the head office. It was like a green screen dumb terminal, and you could pop the keys off. So they used to go in and swap keys around on the keyboard, and she'd be typing away for ages before she'd be like, "It's like IT. Every time I press S, it does an F."
Dave Cardboard says, bored in the office, picks up a piece of paper and circumnavigates the building, looking at paper and frowning. That's a good one. That's always a good one. If you ever want, you want to be left alone, just walk around with a clipboard pointing.
Yeah, Chancellor says, when office gets too much, I go for a long walk around a factory with an overflowing folder of charts and mathy things, plus a worried expression. Great way to get left alone.
Yeah. Well, when I used to work, it was always the way. If the boss is on the prowl for somebody to do something, just walk around with a bit of paper. They'll just assume you're busy.
Yeah. In my old job, it wasn't an office, but when I was an electrician in a shipyard, I used to repair cranes. So we'd climb up the bay crane, climb in it, drive it down the middle of the bay, put the red flag out, which means you couldn't be approached by any other crane, put the red flag out and go to sleep. Nobody had ever bothered you for hours.
Just left alone.
So you get bonus points if you're wearing a high-vis jacket.
Oh no, high-vis, yeah, it was early. It was before high-vis jackets were popular.
Yes, we did before high-vis jackets. Men just had moustaches and things.
Clipboards. Ashley Sparrowhawk says, just entered the gallery giveaway with my Revel 148 B1B.
Yeah. So yeah, if anybody's out there that wants to go and have a look at Ashley Sparrowhawk's Revel 148 B1B, go and have a look and sort of rate it. Give it a 5-star rating, and it can be eligible for the gallery next week after next.
Ildy for me sent me a picture for my advice, but I'm just trying to find it, Ildy. If I can't find it while I'm on the show, because I'll drop you a note later.
Talking about giveaways, we have a giveaway to give away this week, don't we?
We've got the giveaway.
So, if you haven't entered the week before last, the last show's giveaway, there's still time because we won't be doing it till later on. So go and find the previous video while you're still watching this one, obviously, because
that's if we remember to do it later on.
The big question is, can you remember what the heck that thing was they were supposed to do last week?
It was something Star Wars related, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was something that you'd never hear said on Star Wars.
Oh, that was it. Yes, that was it. Yeah, so just go and find last week's video that is from the week before last, not last week's. It's the one dated the 15th of April. It says eModels Monday, 15th of April 2019. And go and put a comment on there that is something you never hear them say in Star Wars. Family friendly. And we'll pick a winner a bit later on. That was to win TIE Fighter.
Yeah.
I didn't do my fact of the day. I always forget.
Oh yeah, and do you have
You
a
told
fact?
us you had a fact of the day, and then we completely forgot about it.
I always
Do you-
forget.
Do you
Yeah,
have a
imagine
fact of
pretend-
the day for us?
And I pretend it's the start of the show. Hey, everyone.
Yeah.
On this day in history, in 1707, the English and Scottish parliaments accepted the Acts of Union. They created the United Kingdom of Great Britain, and it comes into being on the 1st of May.
Yay!
So there you
Is that when the Union flag was born then?
go. Yes. And it's the 1st of May is the anniversary every year. Although it was done a day or two before, but it took effect on the 1st of May.
Yes, because it's the Union flag. It's not a Union Jack, is it?
No, a Union Jack is flown on the jackstaff of a ship.
Yeah.
Ted likes his boats, and he cannot lie.
I knew that it was only on boats and things that it was a Union Jack.
Yeah. And you usually find that Union Jack has a white border around it.
And there is a correct way of hanging it because it's not symmetrical, is it?
No, you've got to fly it with the broadside. Can't remember now.
One way or the other.
Yeah, one way or the other. Yeah, you can fly it upside down or you can fly it the right way up.
I'm going to answer Dennis Earl D's question, which nobody will know what I'm talking about because they can't see what I can see.
Are you talking about the custom chainsaw for his Barbados?
Yes, he's making a custom chainsaw for his Barbados. He sent me a picture. Not sure if I should put the top guard on. It looks like it's kit bashed from an Imperial Knight. I think it looks great, exactly as it appears in the photograph. With the, I don't know if that's the chain guard on or off, but the picture you've sent me, not the first one. Hang on. Actually, yeah, no, not the first one. The second one. Second one, look where you can see the handle on the trigger. It looks much better. There you go. The second one that's got the telly in the background and it's not got. Yeah, the second one.
Yeah, correct. I was looking for it, but I can't find it.
Well, I only went to Foxx. He did go us. He doesn't want our advice.
Just came to me.
If you do have any questions or anything that you need to send to us, send them to Ted. Ted at eModels, eModels.co, eModels.co.uk.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah, but don't just send. Yeah, it's not just me because I'm super brainy, but we'll all get them, so we'll all try. I know everything.
I know everything. I'm getting a flashback to early Channel 4. I'm Dr. Smarty Pants, and I know everything.
I know something. So one time I knew something, but then I didn't anymore yet.
Yeah.
Dave Cardboard, he swears it's true. A young girl in his office said, "What do people do before they used apps? Old blokes, we bought maps." Yeah, true. Been doing a bit of walking and refreshing my map reading skills because I totally forgot.
I actually, the other day, I kind of had one of those flashbacks where I remembered many years ago going on a journey in the car, driving somewhere, God knows where I was going, before I had a sat nav. And now I've had a sat nav for 6 or 7 years. If I actually sit here and try and plan a route, my brain's like, I've got no concept of how I ever got anywhere without a sat nav.
Yeah, well, that was it. Yeah, you used to have to sit down with your AA road atlas, didn't you? And you have to plan, right, go to the M6, so it's A590 to Arrow, M6 Arrow Junction.
Did you come up with your own little sort of symbols for things? Like I'd have simple arrows like your left or right will be turn left or turn right. A circle will be a roundabout.
Yeah.
Circle 2 will be second exit.
Yeah, that was it. You had to plan your route and then, right, that's how we're going to get there. And you'd set it up in your car and you'd go. And then you'd say, I went to London the other day. Oh, which way did you go? Did you go via the M6, M1, F32 or 505? And
So you're all right when you're reading your big AA book if you're going left to right or right to left. But when you have to go north and south, it was always turn to page 100. It was like a choose your own adventure book, wasn't it?
Yeah.
If you're going up a bit, you've got to turn to page 157.
Yeah, but that's why you had to do your own little crib sheet. Because I'll tell you that when I had my old Land Rover, I never forget how handy having a flat dashboard and big flat windscreen was. Because if I drove to London once in an old Land Rover, which was the worst thing I could have ever done, and I must have had about 30 post-it notes stuck all over the windscreen where I could not get them. It didn't interrupt my view, but in sequence. and on the dashboard, so I could go that post-it note, then that one, and I could just follow the directions on the post-it notes.
So that would have been an early sat nav then, as you post it on the stick on the windscreen.
Yeah, if you're doing that now, you'd have to have one that said recalculating.
Or just put them in the wrong place completely.
Find a safe place to turn around.
Yeah. We have a question from Mark Dale. He says, question, want to strip the chrome off parts and wheels on this Ferrari. Do you have any ideas? I've heard oven cleaner. I would say 2 products. If you're in the UK, Oven Pride oven cleaner is really good. It's a gel, and it takes maybe 3 to 6 hours. Just wear gloves. Don't spill it on the carpet. It will burn a hole in your carpet. I know because I've done it. Or you could try even just normal brown Dettol will often strip chrome plating off a lot of parts.
Yeah.
And it smells nicer than oven cleaner.
Yeah, Adam Clark says that's the same thing, Dettol. Yeah. It's
Dettol.
pretty strong stuff. Same as your mum dabs your leg with it when you grazed your leg after falling off the bike. Your mum used to dab your leg with it neat.
Paul Di Tommaso says brake fluid. You can use brake fluid as a paint stripper or a chrome stripper. I say chrome, it's just plating. The downside with brake fluid is it's ridiculously toxic and it's illegal to pour it down the drain.
And
you have to dispose of it.
And it takes an age to clean up as well.
Yeah, you can't. If you're in the UK, you can't legally pour it down the drain. You have to take it to your local refuse tip and give it to the disposal guy because it's horribly toxic. It kills fishes.
Sprue Grew's back. He just went to write a comment on last week's show, and then 5 minutes in, realised that I was watching last week's show. He's back now. What did I miss?
Yeah, Anders says, Sprue, so far, which show do you think is the best?
He also said his mate's dad used to be an intercontinental coach driver and he did it all the time. Or did you go via the Blart across the B3, 5, 6, 7, 8 left at? And I just followed what the sat nav lady says. Yeah.
Just going back to the stripping paint thing. If you're going to use Dettol, if you're in the UK, it's super cheap. It's like £2 or £3. First of all, I had a point to make and I can't remember what it was. Make sure it's the brown Dettol.
It's your age, Fox.
I know, it's going in it. Make sure it's the brown Dettol. That's the one that works. And also, don't get anything wet when it's got Dettol on it because that will become a horrendous nightmare of unhappiness. If you get water on it when there's paint and Dettol on it, like if you take it out of the Dettol and dip it under the tap, it'll just become this gunk. So make sure you get as much of the paint off the piece before you rinse it under the tap to get everything off. So just get all the paint off, scrub it off, toothbrush and job. Only take a few hours.
Sprue Glue says Fox's younger, fatter brother is funnier.
Awesome.
May have added a word to it.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, well, I was going to say something else, so never mind to you.
All I can, in my head now, I've just got the phrase, because of Speedy Q8's comment, I've just got the phrase intercontinental pants in my head. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Intercontinental pants.
Intercontinental. Where is intercontinental?
Eh?
Intercontinental. It sounds like a village somewhere.
Intercontinental. Sounds like
intercontinental.
Knock off tires.
It sounds like a hotel. I'm staying at the Intercontinental.
The Intercontinental.
Yeah.
Michael Jackman might not be able to stay the full show because he's very tired.
Go sleep.
Yeah, have a night. Good night.
Go for later.
Yeah. Speedy Q8 says that's definitely not white type. So we've not actually asked Chris what's Chris been up to. We never did that.
What's Chris been up to? I've been doing some stuff. What I've been doing. I've got my mouses.
Ooh,
Mices. My mouse.
They're small or far away?
They are both. They're 144 scale, but they're quite big for tanks. I've done some chipping and weathering on one and not the other, but it really didn't come out a lot because being at 144 scale, all the chipping and weathering's got to be teeny tiny. So you really can't see it. It's too small. A lot of effort gone into it, and you can't even see it. You can't tell which one.
He's hand painted tens of thousands of paint chips on them.
Absolutely, and you need a magnifying glass to even see them. So yeah, I've got to do that on the other one, and then that will be ready, and that will be done. Really, I think I've got the big rat to do, but I'll be doing the video of those separately because otherwise it's just going to be far too long. I've been doing some Lego as well. I bought myself some Lego
Is that Space Lego?
Space Lego Space.
It's not quite. It's not quite the Millennium Falcon, though, is it?
It's not. It's a pack that came with the two of these from the new Lego Movie 2 film. But I remember having them when I was back in the day. I had both of these kits, which were probably like 50p each or something. Back when Space Lego came out in like 1978 or something. So when I saw that there was a kit of a pack available with those two in it, I thought I'd have to have that. So I built them. That was quite good fun. And Sunday was yesterday. I finished the Taurox, the Warhamster thing, Taurox Prime, which is all done now and finished.
Taurox
all the
Prime.
interior, it's all lovely in there. Look, you can see. You can't see, but it's done. So yeah, I finished with that now. So that's what I've been building. Oh well, I went to the cinema.
Yeah. I wonder where you're plugging that.
Speedy Q8 wants to know what you're hiding behind the Avengers.
Just my normal muck behind my spray booth.
You just put that up tidy.
I heard there was a new Avengers film out, and I thought it was John Steed and Purdy and things like that. But I was wrong again.
I have to admit, with no real liking for Marvel stuff, I've got no idea what that film's about or anything going on.
Well, it's only been out a few days, so I won't be doing any spoilers. But it's very good. There we go.
I've got some advice for anyone that hasn't yet watched episode 3 Game of Thrones. See, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but what I would say is my eyes itching. But what I would say is watch it on something where you can turn the brightness up. That's all I'm going to say. It's very dark.
Yeah,
as in literally dark.
Not emotional dark.
I can't give you any spoilers because I can't tell you what happened because I didn't see what happened.
You need a torch.
Yeah.
Well, I have been watching Game of Thrones, but not recently. When it started, I watched it and watched a couple of episodes, and it was like, this is very familiar. I sort of realised what was going to happen when things happened in the first episode or whatever, and it's like I knew that was going to happen, and it turns out that I actually read 3 of the books.
Yeah, I just didn't realise it.
But it was different. They had different names to the series, and it was still different. So I've watched the first season and about half the second season when it came out, and then got distracted by other things and haven't watched anything since.
I kind of realised today because they've gone past the books now. They're just kind of making it up at this point. There's only 3 episodes left, but I suddenly realised the author's in a position now I don't think it's ever happened before where he's not finished his series of books. It's his intellectual property that he invented, and yet he's now got to try and write it so it's not just copying a TV series of his show. It's really weird.
I think he split somewhere along the line.
Yeah, but he's now got to consciously not do whatever they did in the TV show because. But what if he planned all this stuff and they've done? He's like,
he's been involved in the TV show though, hasn't he?
Ooh, I think he has.
He didn't just. There you go. There's my intellectual property. I'm going to bugger off over here. I'm pretty sure he's been involved.
I keep almost calling him J.R.R. Tolkien, but that's not quite right.
Not quite. No. So yeah, I will catch up on them. I've got the previous. Is this season 8? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got the previous 7 seasons all lined up and ready to watch.
Yeah, it's good. I've enjoyed it. I've been watching it. We've had until I think last year we had a tradition every year that as the series came out, we'd go to my friend's house. We'd all sit down and watch it each week.
It's a bit like I suppose it's a bit like Harry Potter type things, isn't it? Eventually, she must have. She wrote the first 3 books, then the cinema got hold of it, and sort of she had to keep the pressure on to keep writing the books, whichever direction she wanted to go. And eventually, they'll just make up their own stories, I guess.
I'm sure millions of pounds is a nice incentive to actually write a book. I would happily take millions of pounds and write a book.
Yeah, would you mind spending 6 weeks writing a book for us? I'll give you £3 million for it.
I'd love to be a writer. When I was a lot younger, I was a strange teenager in that I would quite happily spend my quiet hours at a typewriter writing stories.
I can't say I'm shocked that you're a strange teenager.
Yeah, if I wasn't drawing, I was writing stories and stuff. But I never got away with it. But
I think everybody must have had a go at writing a story sometimes, especially when for Christmas you got a typewriter, or yes, in my case, sister got a typewriter,
And you nicked it.
and you thought, I know what I'll do. I'll start and write a story. So none of this planning or anything like that. It was episode 1. The car drew up at the door.
The weird thing I've realised is that it's like when I had a typewriter and I was typing, and if you made a mistake, you were knackered. you learned to type really well.
Is Tipex even a thing now?
I don't know, probably, yeah. But like when I was typing on typewriter, you just had to type well to not make lots of mistakes. But when you've got a keyboard on a computer, I just type like an idiot. I'm like,
yeah, spell check puts it right for you.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Stuart Greenwood's in from Oz. So
G'day, bro.
Morning, Stuart.
That's 2 Australians in.
Yeah, good chat amongst yourself.
I bet they know each other.
Yeah, Australia's not that. There's not that many people live in Australia, and they must just down the road from each other, I would guess.
Well, Australia's just like Orkney. There's only like 6 people that live there.
That's about it. Yeah.
In fact, the Australians probably know all the Orcadians anyway, because it's islands, isn't it?
It's not it's only
I
right.
apologise. My eyes are really stinging, actually, quite badly.
Yeah. Another thing about typewriters, going back to typewriters, is unlike a keyboard, where if you hit 2 keys, they used to jam.
Oh yeah, but
that's why the keyboard is as it is. It was to slow down people typing, to make it harder to type, so you didn't have that problem with them clashing.
But the thing is, though, nothing does beat the sound of a typewriter. I mean, just nothing beats the sound. I mean, I've got an old IBM Model M keyboard, and it's like proper old style keyboard sound, but nothing beats the sound of a typewriter.
Speed says Tipex is weird. Every office still has it, and nobody knows why. And Screwglue says, surely there must be a use for Tipex in modelling.
Come on, admit it though. Has everybody got a bottle of Tipex in the modelling kit somewhere?
We've got one in the front bedroom, which is like a little office.
When was the last time you opened it? Because it's probably not a bottle of Tipex anymore. It's probably a bottle of white powder.
A solid lump.
Speedy Curate says, no, I've tried it as a filler. It shrinks and cracks. Can't imagine what you'd use it for. There probably is a use for it.
It's basically thick white paint, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I think I've got a bottle of Tipex kicking around here somewhere in my modelling kit that's sort of spread about the house. I do have some, but I've always had it, and I don't know what I've got it for.
Osric 9000 says, I had to learn to type in school because nobody, not even me, can read my handwriting.
Surely if you can't read your own handwriting, then you're not actually writing.
Yeah.
If nobody can read it, it's not writing, is it? It's just scribbles.
Yes. And as Ericsson says, imagine if the PC got jammed because you pushed 2 buttons at the same time. That'll be a Windows 3.5 then. Yeah, 3.1.
That was it. The Tipex rib, the typewriter jamming, and the endless ribbon. Sometimes you had a posh typewriter that had a red ribbon at the bottom, so you could type in 2 colours.
Oh, Jamie Bone says, Fox, I was talking to a Series 3 Land Rover the other day, and I said to him about your Land Rover, and he said he saw your old Land Rover a couple of months ago in Bristol. I have to check. There's something I want to show, but I might show you. If I've got it. Where is it? Hang on, I've got to find it yet. Talk amongst yourselves.
Vincent at Mr. Loth's Modern Waking says Tipex is handy to paint the lettering on sidewall tyres in white, especially the ballpoint kind.
Oh, is a ballpoint kind of Tipex?
Yeah, they did that. It's a very squidgy sort of pen.
I've seen they came out with a tape type thing, didn't it? But it wasn't as much fun.
No, definitely not the same.
What are we talking about?
Tipex.
Tipex tape.
Tipex tape. Bizarre.
Yeah, it came out like they had it in the design of a mouse, didn't they?
I think we're boring Fox magazines now.
No, I meant to show this to people a while ago. I've got to find the right page. Those who've watched the show and regular viewers will know I've talked about it before that when I was much younger, I had a Series 3 Land Rover called Toad, which I adored to bits and which fell apart one day, which something broke and I sold it on, and I never knew what happened to it. Turns out it went through a couple of different people, and this is the December 2015 issue of Classic Land Rover magazine, and that's my old Land Rover.
Is it on the cover as well?
No, that's an old bloke in a farming Land Rover.
Oh,
That's
the
my
blue
old
one,
Land
the blue one, top right, isn't it?
Huh?
Blue one, top right on the cover, front cover.
No, that's a different one.
Is it? Oh,
That's my old Land Rover. It's the person that bought it off the person that I sold it to. Did it up and restored it quite a lot. So it's got a whole article on what work they did on it. So I'm like, wow, that's my old Land Rover. So how often do you get to look at a car you sold 15 years ago and it's still going?
They didn't have to repair it and say the last guy that had this was right.
I should have seen what he did.
No, the guy that bought it from me apparently got it to do it up because he loves old Land Rovers. He got it to do it up, and when he fixed it, he didn't have the heart to take it off road because it was in such good condition. I didn't want to take it off road, so he sort of did it up some more and then sold it on.
He didn't say, look at all these post-it notes with turn left.
Yeah, the glove box full of post-it notes.
And I had to say, when I was looking at the magazine, it shows them working on the inside. They threw out my old nodding dog Scooby-Doo. That was a shame. That I'd stuck onto the dashboard. They threw out my old. There were some fuzzy dice on the dashboard. They got rid of those.
Why did you not get rid of them when you sold it?
Eh?
Why didn't you get rid of them, take them out when you sold it?
Oh, no, I sold it as is. There you go. It don't work, have it. So they've got rid of my nodding dog Scooby-Doo. They got rid of the fuzzy dice. They took out the computer speakers that were kind of chicken wired to the roof to be surround system. And they took off the Bungie Studio sticker on the bumper, but they kept the pointless 4x4 Fiat Panda inclinometer that I'd screwed to the dashboard. That's still on there.
Michael Jackman hasn't gone yet. He's waiting for what's in store so he can cut a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. If you want to do the what's in store, I'm gonna go and rinse my eyes out because my eyes are really burning at the minute. I do apologise. I need to go and give my eyes a flush of something. I've got something in my eyes. So if you want to do what's in store, and
I'll do what's in store, and then
we'll come back
for a moment. Work when he comes back.
Yeah. And then in the meantime, Spruglu's saying, what other stationery do you use in modelling? We'll get round to that when we come back after what's in store.
Yeah.
But I shall just I'll turn my microphone off for a minute. I need to go and flush my eyes.
Right, so no, you'll have to lock it on. No, it's me. I've got the button.
Yeah, you've got the button. You've got to do the locking thing.
I can lock it on Chris now. I've locked it on Chris for
you
this.
Lock it on me. I shall see if I can find.
It sounds like chaos in there.
It does really sound like chaos, doesn't it? Right. Well, while Fox is still here, can you still see me? I haven't shared yet, so yeah.
Wait, am I still here?
As ever, no. Well, you don't have to be here. You can go. It's all right. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Fox, go wash your eyes.
Not wash your ears out. Well, oh, wait. The what's in store. As ever, we have a theme, an underlying theme that goes throughout all of the items in the store. If you know what the theme is, if you've managed to figure it out as you're going through, don't put it in yet. Wait till you come back. Wait till I'm here and I say go, and then we'll find the first person to put the correct theme will win a big sticker. One of those. There you go. Big sticker. Big mystery sticker. But because the chat is lagging behind the video, no doubt, because we've been going for an hour or so, make sure you've refreshed and dragged. It's that way. Refresh and drag.
It's that way, I think.
That way. To that way. Because you've got to make sure you're up to date, not back at the beginning. Yeah. If you refresh and drag and it's us saying hello, welcome to the show, then you've gone the wrong way. Go back the other way.
What you could do to remind you is write it on a post-it note and stick it on your screen.
Stick it on your screen, slap it on.
Slap it on.
And yeah, so if you've refreshed and dragged and you're here back now, up to date with me now live saying, are you ready? I'm going to start going because Fox has come back.
Started yet?
Oh no, I was just doing your refresh and drag bit.
You've missed it now. You've missed the refresh and drag bit.
Yeah, it's dragged. That's it. Well. Too late now. I'm going to start. But you don't know what the theme is anyway, so you can join in and guess.
Don't forget that number 3 is now traditionally the one that everybody buys.
Oh, is it? I haven't changed the order. I don't know what number 3 is.
You're going to buy number 3? I've forgotten. Oh, it's Mark Dale, isn't it? Yes. Bankruptcy time says Mark.
I completely forgot about that when I was trying to come up with the theme today. So I don't know what number 3 is. We'll have to find out.
Osric 9000 says bears.
Bears. Right. I'm going to start sharing now, and then I've got to find the actual window because I can't click on the video thing. It doesn't work. So this is it. No, well, that's not it. Where's it gone? Hey, there it is. Right. We have first up the AK Interactive Red Uniform Colors set. It's basically a selection of paints in the red theme. We have reds and oranges and one that's not red. I don't know what that one is. That's definitely not red.
It's reddish.
It doesn't say what it is. Let's see. if we can zoom in any. There we go. There's reddish black, apparently, according to the screen there. So
every shade of red and reddish black.
Reddish black, orange, light red, red, and red.
I'm sure isn't there a joke about something being pink, but it's not. It's a shade of red or something. Isn't that
Pink, pink is just light red, isn't it?
Is that an old red versus blue joke? I can't quite remember. I'm sure it is.
I mean, to me, those three are basically the same. That's a little bit more pinky. That's quite red, and that's a bit orangey, and that's sort of quite pink, like salmon.
See, I'm looking at that. I'm thinking Mephiston red, Evilston scarlet, and Fire Dragon bright.
So yeah, these paint packs are a great way of getting some paints at a better price. I say there's like 6 paints in there, $16.19. You can't go far wrong, really.
I use the AK paint packs for weathering. I've got the AK paint packs for late German armour and early German armour, and they're pretty good. They've got all the colours you need and a few more that you might only need to drop out of. But yeah, they're usually quite a good selection of paints.
Beck Storm confirms, yes, it was red versus blue when Donut got his new pink armour set. I knew there was an
Right, second done. Next up is German Army uniforms. A book. eModels don't just do models, they do some books, they do some DVDs and things like that as well. This is, what does it say? Hardcover, 176 pages. Reconstructions of uniforms with original equipment and clothes. Full colour photographs of original clothes, equipment, and decorations. So if you're looking to do some proper, authentic German Army uniforms, get some photo references for it. Nothing beats having it in pictures.
You think them two Germans are about to say, "Shall we run away now?"
I don't know. Is that a German tank or
It looks like a Russian tank. It looks like a Russian tank.
That's probably not a family-friendly word they're saying then, if it's a Russian tank.
Run away. Yeah.
It looks a bit like a Hollywood set, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of decent pictures of.
Sorry, it's a Gunpla joke. Carry on.
Not only uniforms, but paraphernalia as well. Nice weathering on that.
Jimmy Bowen says the tank is a T-34.
Yeah, so I was right. It's Russian.
It doesn't mean anything to me either. I don't know what is that. Is that a Russian tank?
Russian T-34.
Okay.
Yes. Very quickly, because Spruglu mentions it. Don't forget, of course, when we're showing these in store, we don't know how many of these items eModels have in stock. They could have 20, they could have 1, they could have 1,000. So if anything that you see tonight tickles your fancy, don't sit around till the end of his show with it in your basket. As Ted
slap it in your basket.
Yeah, slap it in your basket, but make sure you check out as soon as you can, because even if it's in your basket, if someone else buys it, it's gone. It's not yours till you've paid for it. So if anything tickles your fancy, don't hang around. They only have 1 in stock, so don't hang around.
Yep. Right. And the third option, the one that has got to be purchased by everybody in the chat, is this one. It's a hat. 172nd World War I German Jaeger bicyclists.
Bicyclists.
I don't like that word, bicyclists.
Back of 12 bicyclists by the look of it.
12 bicyclists.
It looks like it should be bicyclists, but that sounds stupid.
No. But yeah, you can never have enough bicyclists.
Bicyclists.
So you can have 12 German bicyclists for a mere £4.49 English pence.
Do we have any pictures of the different poses and figures? I assume they're not all the same chapter.
Yeah, they're probably all exactly the same. No, there's no other. That's it. That's the picture we get.
Right, and only them maybe doing some stunts standing on the saddle or doing a no arms corner turn or something like that.
You can modify them to your heart's content.
And you could modify it so someone's getting a seater.
Yeah, I also remember. I think about soldiers on bicycles. I remember going to a C&D presentation by the Monsignor Bruce Kent at the time, and it was on about the huge amounts of money that was spent on government spending, armour spending, and things like that. And he said for the price of a main battle tank, you could buy 1 million bicycles and supply every soldier with 1 million bicycles. He said you probably wouldn't have the same effect as a main battle tank, but it scared the shit out of the enemy as 1 million people came over the hill on bikes.
Right.
It confused the enemy.
It would confuse them quite a lot. Right,
so everybody has to get these little figures now then?
Yes, why not? The fourth option, actually, no, this should be the third one, won't it? Look, There we go.
Oh.
The third thing tonight is no, we won't do that to you. We've done it before, and we'll do it again. The Trump's at 1/16th scale, German Panther. It's huge.
Yeah, 116, 1/16 scale tanks, especially being a panther. Whoa. That is indeed a big chicken.
That's a big panther, and I like big panthers.
Ted likes big cats, and he cannot lie.
Mark Dale says, the cheapest option for a while. Mrs. D will be ever so pleased. What in hell will I do with 12 bicyclists? I don't know.
So this is a bit like yours, isn't it, Ted? Yours wasn't a panther, but this is full interior.
That was the Panzer IV. Yeah, a lovely
It's
kit.
certainly got lots of detail on it.
Wow, that's going to be huge.
It's going to be a nice kit. The Panther was, excuse me, the Panther was a nice looking tank.
It looks like it's got
I would say, of course, do be aware. I would suspect these are individual link tracks. So, yes, the first month will be building the tracks. Yeah,
and because you haven't got enough tracks, they give you even more.
Yeah. But think of how much weathering you could do on that. You could do approximately all the weathering on that. Yeah. Robert Aitken says, "Morning, Ted, Chris, and Fox. Sorry, I'm late. Evening."
Yeah, you could always run back to the beginning.
Wait, what are those decals?
I don't know. I was just thinking that.
You'll find a lot of decals there will be for the ammunition.
Yeah, them things.
I can't make it out. It's too small. But
Does it say like this end towards enemy or something like that?
Danger hot.
Mark Dale says, "Eek, close shave." Yeah, by the skin of your teeth, young man.
Didn't you already buy one of these before when you made it third?
Yeah.
Well,
this week got like a door and everything else. So
this week I bought 12 bicyclists.
Yes. Oh God, I don't even want to look at that one. Go back a picture, Chris. Show people what they're getting with the tracks.
Oh, that was the tracks, was it? I couldn't quite.
Yeah. Now, if they went together the same as they did on the Panzer IV that I did, they're easy. They're easy. Yeah.
They look a bit more straightforward than
they may not be easy.
They just push together, and there's a track pin goes in them, and they come together quite quickly. And the brilliant
is not guaranteed.
Yeah.
The ones that fill me with dread is where you get 3 or 4 pieces per link, and then you get like 120 billion links.
Metal bits, metal barrel.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes,
it's 1/16 tanks. Massiveness will ensue. Yeah. So you also, if you've watched Ted's build, you know how big Ted's Tiger 4 was. So
yeah, it's an expensive kit, but it's lots of kit.
Yeah, it's more than worth the price.
Yeah. Mark Dale says he refuses to buy tanks, and that's where he draws the line. Bicycles, though, he likes bicycles. What you could do, though, with bicycles is have the 12 bicyclists. You could put them on a little diorama, and you could put a little car behind them, just held up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'll say that big links, that should be easy to handle because it's a big. Right, next up we have more paints. Life Color USA World War II Army Uniforms set number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, I mean chocolate.
That looks like is that an M1943 jacket there, or is it an M1942? I think it's an M1942 jacket. Yes.
Don't know. It comes with light mustard and chocolate.
Chocolate. Oh yes, tasty.
And pink.
Tasty. Well, near enough.
So yes, another 6-pack. Oh, there we go. Olive light drab mustard, herringbone twill dark shade, olive drab herringbone twill, and olive drab pink and chocolate.
It's actually reminded me I need to order a new M1943 jacket because mine's knackered now.
Well, you can have it in any of those shades.
Yeah, or a combination of all of them. Yeah. Right, and the final thing tonight is again something that eModels don't publicize that they stock. They do some clothing. We have the Menace Special Force sweatshirt, large size. They do like a couple of different sizes. They got these. If you want to show your ammo,
in the new Foxx size.
New Foxx size.
Big fat,
large,
younger but fatter.
There is extra large.
The small, large, medium, extra large, and younger but fatter.
Yeah, it's more of a hoodie than a sweatshirt, I would have said, but
Yes, it does appear to be a tube hoodie rather than a zip hoodie, but not a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Pete and James, you need to change the wording on that. It's a
Protect
tube
yourself
hoodie.
in the winter cold.
Yes, if it's got a zip down the front, it's a zip hoodie. If it's just a pullover, it's a tube hoodie.
Oh, but I know. You see, once again, on a Monday night, you learn things on the eModels live stream.
Things you didn't know you didn't know.
Watch eModels, your one-stop shop model supplier for all you need to know about food, snacks, television, and clothing.
Right, I shall nip back through all of these again to give you a chance to fine-tune your solution as to what the thing is.
I haven't a clue.
We have the AK Interactive Red Uniform Colour Set, the German Army Uniforms Book, the German Jaeger Bicyclists 12-pack.
That's how I collect lists.
12 cyclists.
We have the Trumpeter German Panther,
5 gold rings.
the Life Colour Army Uniform Set, and the Ammo hoodie. I'm going to call it a hoodie because it is.
It is.
It's a sweatshirt size large hoodie.
I'm going to call it. I just want to keep saying the word tube. Tube hoodie. Tube.
So
I don't know what the theme is.
I shall stop sharing. So I am back. Hello. That was the theme. What is the theme? Go. Come on, let me know.
Yeah, go. Right. Remember, we see the chat differently. Have you done that bit about the
I
chat?
haven't done that bit. You can do that bit. Yeah.
Yes, we see the chat differently. You will see your answer straight away, but we will see the answers that they are received by YouTube. So we go for the first one that we see, which is the correct one. And Ted is the one that has the YouTube chat, so he can see who the winner is.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know what the answer is.
Oh, that's true.
The first answer we get is Carl at Making Models, who's asking really clothing, and clothing is indeed the answer.
Oh, right.
I
get the link.
That was easy. I should have got that.
You should have got that.
I'm thinking too subtle.
It might have been somewhat subtle. If you're, I'll just briefly share again to nip back through because I was a little bit.
Where's the Panther coming in?
Well, the bicyclists obviously are made by Hat. So there you go. We have a hat. Haha. And obviously the
tube,
the trumper is
pant. Oh yeah, somebody just said that in chat. And Carl said pant her.
Yeah, there we go. See, so we get there in the end. It's got to be a little bit subtle.
Right,
What was the question?
It's down to usual standards then.
Yeah, down to my usual standards of.
Michael Jackman says the 1/16th Panther is still on his want list, and the wife says it's going to stay there. You have to work on a Michael. Just
Yeah, well, I think what you need to do is show her all the Doras and things that are really hideously expensive, and then say, "Well, I could buy that or that, but I'll just settle for."
Yeah. I'll save myself 200 quid and buy this one.
Exactly. My subtle is losing its mojo. Apparently, says Carl. Was that not subtle enough?
Is he subtle or stubble?
Yeah, but to be honest, Carl, I'm thinking that Chris has made this up on the drive home from work.
Even later than that, actually. I was struggling with today. I normally have a look through and see if there's anything that, like Fox's fact of the day, see if there's anything particular in the event or anything. And there's a few things that happened in history on this day that I thought I could do. The Vietnam War officially ended on this day, apparently.
Oh, did it?
But anything that's to do with the Vietnam War in eModels, there's lots of models, but they all say Vietnam in them. So it's a little bit not subtle enough.
Yeah.
It was also the 8th anniversary of the royal wedding.
Mark Dale says, yes, that doesn't work. Tried showing her a house to make Dora okay, still got deaded. Yes, I know this kit's expensive, but what if I bought this stately home for £3.25 billion?
So we're saving almost £3.25 billion.
Yes. There was still the smack and the okay then.
You did very well there, Chris. Consider it was
it was
it's often when we get to I'm just setting up and I'll be with you about 8:30. I'm setting up and they say, "Ted, it's your what's in store."
I do believe it's your what's in store next time, isn't it? So you get 2 weeks to rehearse and practice.
I have to think about it. It is my next time. So it might not be as subtle as Chris's next.
Just to break any illusions of Chris actually preparing in plenty of time, Gemma comes in chat and says he was totally stumped tonight.
Tale. I don't know. There is no hiding.
No.
Yeah. You see how Gemma stays quiet all night? She just lurks in the background.
Oh yeah, she looks and watches. She gets to see me more on the show than she does during the rest of the week.
Dave Cardboard says there's such a fine line between stupid and clever. And I'm just reminded, and I might get this wrong, but there's a great German saying, and I'll probably get this wrong, and it's something like "Der Fuchs ist schlau und stellt sich dumm." Der Fuchs ist schlau und stellt sich dumm. Bei Menschen ist es andersrum, which is the fox is smart but pretends to be stupid, but with humans it's the other way around. It sounds better in German. I'll shut up now.
Well, the human fox is stupid but pretends to be smart.
Yeah, in my case, I'm an idiot, and I tried really hard to not look like an idiot, but I look like an idiot anyway.
Oh, God. All right, what are we up to now?
Jamie Bone has a quick question.
Yes.
He says, "What famous sports person died 25 years ago on Wednesday?"
I don't do sports, I'm afraid.
This sports person?
I don't know. I mean, are you saying that they died on a Wednesday or on Wednesday 25 years ago? Or...
The Fox, oh yeah. Fox has gone off again.
I'm getting I forgot to get my stickers out, as always. I don't know about sports, so I have no idea who sports people are.
Yeah, we don't know.
For that one.
Philip Prime says, Ayrton Senna. I don't know, it might have been. You'd have to ask
5 years ago.
whoever it was, Jamie Bone.
Yeah, you'll have to give us the answer, Jamie.
Yes, we
don't do research on this program, and it shows.
We don't do anything on this program. We can make it up on the spot. Oh, apparently it was Ayrton Senna. I didn't know that was 25 years ago. That seemed like
was that 25 years ago?
It's scary, isn't it? When they play things on the radio, it's like, and this is a classic from
hang on. 2019, 2009, 1999. Good God, it was 25 years ago. We're old. Do you realise next year it'll have been 30 years since I left school? That makes me feel really old.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, we won't ask Ted about things like that.
Yeah. 31 years ago, I joined the police.
Oh.
No, never mind. Yeah.
It all went downhill from there. I've got to go now off to design a cunning bicycle-related plan. Great show, chaps. Catch you all soon.
Don't forget to put your order in to 12 bicyclists, please.
Yeah, don't order 12 of them because they'll then end up with 144 bicyclists.
Yeah, but you like that number.
It's a good number, but no.
I've got that song going around in my head now.
144 bicyclists.
So that's 12 million bicycles in Japan or something.
Oh, I've got 99 red balloons for some reason.
I know, Luftballon. Why is it? Michael Jackman's off as well. Thanks for coming in, Michael.
Good night.
Why is it 99 Luftballon in German but red balloons in English?
I prefer the German version.
Because German is Luftballon, which is flying balloon or air balloon or
99 a Luftballon.
Yeah, but that's not red balloons, is it? I never understood why we got the different words.
Robert Yao is building the Honda Africa Twin. Lovely model. It is indeed.
Chris knows that because he's built it.
I did the 1/6 scale.
Yeah, I saw a real one. There was two of them. Two real ones. Was a red one. Was it a red one? And a white one. Yeah, they were both lovely. Yeah.
Right. That was that.
Anders Ericsson said it's 33 years since he met a girl that is now his wife.
That was a coincidence, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What the odds of that? Well done. Congratulations. Right, are we doing some giveaways and stuff?
Yeah, well, it's about time we did some giveaways, isn't it?
We've done what's in store, haven't we? Yes.
Yeah. I did manage to send some stickers out the other week, and I've now been I can't find them now. Yeah,
because you sent them out.
Yeah, I've got some stickers, and I'm going to send some out. Hopefully, this bank holiday weekend.
You have sent a load out in the last week, I think, didn't you?
Yeah.
Like me and Ted always say, it's me and Ted that send the stickers out. Usually,
I will send some out. Honest, we're not going to find some envelopes that are big enough for the big sticker.
But Ted and I don't live anywhere near a post office, and we only get to it once every now and then. So some stickers have gone out in the last week or so, but don't panic if you win a sticker and it takes like 6 weeks to get to you. It will get there. It's just we only get a chance to get. Ted lives in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah, it's only when I go down to collect my pension.
Yeah. Once every 18 months. And I live nowhere near a post office, so I have to travel away to. So I have to go once every month or so. So yes, it does take a while. Mugs go out straight away though.
Yeah. Barring bank holidays and things like that, but we'll get the mugs out to you as soon as we can.
Right, what should we do first, a mug or a sticker?
We'll do a sticker first, shall we?
Do a sticker. We've got some questions in the post in the email.
Yeah, I'll have a look in the email. The eModels email bag.
Chancellor Northwest says, best go and spend some time in the same room as my wife.
Just do what Chris does. Get the wife to look in as well, and then she can send you messages online.
Just watch it with your wife.
Yeah, Chris, before you come to bed, can you put the cat out and things like that?
Well, once we finish, I have to go and make a cup of tea and stuff. So
yeah. Just before we do the stickers, I have some important, serious breaking news. Some very, very important breaking news that's just been broken in chat. Earl D says he's just discovered the greatest snack ever: a hot dog sausage with onion ring crisps instead of a bun. That sounds incredible.
But where'd you put the ketchup?
You don't need ketchup. You've got a hot dog and you've got onion ring crisps.
You still need ketchup.
But does he mean like the onion ring crisps around the sausage?
I would certainly hope so.
Well, like in a line, and then, or does he mean like with the hot dog going through the onion in a rude gesture that I can't do on telly? Leave it to your imagination.
It could be a rather. Yeah, I think it could be something you have to eat in private.
You can't assemble it in public.
Very quickly, Anders Eriksson. Yes, I know. We've got your email here, waiting for stickers, dude. We are that far behind. We're not prompt with the sticker sending. We do send them out, it's just not quickly. But if you sent the email in, we've still got it. What are we doing first? Stickers.
Yeah, I think we've decided sticker first. Should we do the one Matt giveaway question?
Yeah, you can choose, Ted.
Yeah, I'll do that one then. This is a question from AJ Sparrowhawk, and he asks, recently there's been an airplane that's I should explain. Right. Well, our last question. Sorry, it's thrown me a little bit. Yeah,
next depression, Stanley.
Well, I've had a week off and it's totally thrown me. So, what we do, we'll ask a question, then we'll say go, and don't forget, it's the answer that we see first in the chat, which may come up differently on your screen to what we see, but whatever. It's only a sticker in the end, so that's it. And what we're going to do, we're going to get which sticker are we giving away?
We'll do the two.
Do the twin pack. Right,
big and little together.
Big and little, and we'll send AJ Sparrowhawk some stickers as well. So for asking the question, right. Recently, there's been an aircraft grounded because it kept sort of plummeting into the ground very fast. Recently, a Boeing airplane has been grounded for the past few weeks. What is that Boeing airplane? Go. Right.
Boeing.
A Boeing.
It's it's unfortunate that they're actually called Boeing, which sounds a bit like Boeing.
And Paul MD Tomaso says oh no, he didn't. It's not. It's not that one. There is.
Now remember, we don't check the answer, so we go whatever we've got. We assume it's correct.
Ostrich 9000 came up with a answer, or the answer is the Boeing 737 Max family or Max 8.
I can't believe they called the plane a Max family. It sounds like a SUV or like a MPV Ford car with like TV screens in the back. The new Boeing Max 737 Max family with 5 seats and a roof rack, and it comes in silver.
So well done, Ostrich. Send us your details. I know that we've probably already got them, but just send us your details, but then we know we've got it on the list. Send the stickers out.
Yeah, pop an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. Just say you want the stickers and we'll get them out to you. Yep. Include your name and address, OBS.
Yeah, because some people do that. They say, "I want the stickers, hooray!" and then they don't forget.
Or if you're Dave, you send us a question and answer, but just forget the actual answer, which is really handy.
Osric says, "I know stuff, me."
Oh, no stuff.
I'm clever, me.
Okay, here we go. Shall I do the next one?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm forgetting. I'm getting drawn away.
You're drawn in, aren't you? Right, next question. This is for Mug.
Yeah, I've done my bit now, so I'll just sit back.
You can chill out for a minute. Okay, now this is kind of a difficult one because there's no fixed answer, but I'll have to go for the answer that kind of fits what we've been said. We've got a question from Luke Loser, who sent us a question. I have to pay attention. He says the C-47 Dakota was covered in a metal skin, including the control surfaces. The one exceptions are the elevators located on the tail. The surfaces of the elevators are covered in fabric. So the whole plane's metal skinned, apart from the elevator on the back, which is covered in fabric. Question is, why were the elevators skinned in fabric? Go.
Yeah, it's a good
I'll
one.
Go for the answer that kind of makes the most sense to what he's told us.
Yeah, once again, you learn something all the time on the Models live stream.
He actually says his son-in-law was a test pilot at school and recently got to fly a C-47. The pilot provided this bit of information.
Yeah, it'd be one of them things that, hey, did you know? Have you heard? Did you know? Like, have you heard? Yeah.
Zazda says, I feel out of place without a haircut.
Right, the answer's coming in.
Yeah, the answers are coming in. We've got lighter, space weight, make it lighter.
Because of the reasons, says Osric. You don't know everything then.
Dave Cardboard says B-17 was the same. Hold it together. That's a glue.
Comfort for birds and insects.
Yeah, so it doesn't hurt the weight.
Yeah, they're all fitted.
Smudge models. Welcome, Smudge Models, by the way. Not seen you in chat before.
Yeah.
We might have actually stumped them on this one.
I don't know if you can Google it.
I don't know what you would actually put into Google to Google it.
Center of gravity, says Phil Lewis.
No. Interesting, but no. Do.
Yeah, Carl, if you try to post a link, I think you're trying to answer Jamie's question. You might have to message him direct.
Yeah, you can't post links in chat. Only mods and admins and stuff can do that. Because
you can put Iron Maiden patches on it.
Yeah, I think we've stumped them. I think we might.
Spruglu says, I missed the question. Too busy making my late night snack.
Elliot and Paul Homer are sort of on the right lines.
Okay, Spruglu, I'll quickly rephrase it. A Dakota, C-47 Dakota was all metal skinned apart from the elevators on the tailplane, which were fabric. Why were they fabric?
And what was your late night snack?
Yeah, we'll give them a quick chance to answer, and then we'll give the answer out. Flutter concerns caused by oil canning. I don't even know what that means.
Robert Aitken says, I've got 400 hours on the deck, and I can't even remember why.
Probably the one that, probably after the war, they made the metal because they wouldn't have worried mattered too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of a clue. Paul Homer's getting. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a countdown from 10. You ready?
Yeah, I think Paul Homer might got it.
It's kind of maybe. We'll see what comes in. We'll see what happens.
He wants to be a bit more precise about it, but that's
it's on the right lines.
No,
I'd have given it to him. Me and Ted would have given it to him. But...
We'll do a 10 countdown, and then if nobody comes up with the better, that's the closest we're going to get. So ready? Give us a countdown, Chris.
From what?
From 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Yeah. This is where everybody joins in, isn't it?
2, 1, do.
Okay, cool. Well, that was the closest answer we got was from Paul Horn. It says bullets pass through. The answer is aluminium skin hit by enemy fire will deform in such a way that it would adversely affect flight characteristics. A tear in the fabric would not. So it wasn't quite right, but it's close enough. We'll give Paul that one.
Because when the metal form hits the metal, forms out, doesn't it? So that
you get the So if it goes through the fabric, it's just a hole. So there you go.
Yeah,
So well done, Paul. You can snag yourself a mug. So drop a mail to ted@emodels.co.uk. And with the mugs, we just forward that on to the guys at eModels, and they'll get the mug out to you. If anybody else though, if you want to pick up a mug, you can do.
Yeah.
You can buy these from in store for exactly the same cost that they cost to make. So they don't make a profit on these mugs. If you're placing an order, just pop one in your basket. Add it on.
And they're great mugs as well.
They go down great guns.
Mugs. Also, if you didn't win a sticker and you want a sticker, if you're ordering something from eModels, just ask them to put in a sticker. They'll do that as well.
Smudge Model says, clever people, these plane designers, weren't they? Yeah, but that's why Ted said after the war they probably wouldn't have bothered so much, because they wouldn't be shot at. So he tried to give you a clue. But there you go. That's that one.
Sit then.
Luke, you didn't include your name and address, so we can't send you a sticker. So if you want a sticker for us using your question, pop us.
Really good question, that.
Yeah, it was a good question, and he did send a very nice picture of a C-47 as well.
Oh, and Sprue Glue's answered. He says corned beef and beetroot sarnie.
Oh, that sounds like awful, but also I need it.
No, I can't do corned beef.
Oh, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Get some mustard on it and some beetroot.
No, it's fine.
No, never been.
The trouble with putting beetroot in a sandwich is
beetroot I can do, but corned beef, no.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Corned beef is rubbish, but it's better than not corned beef.
Just beef.
Well, yeah, it's not as good as beef, obviously. But if your choice is corned beef or just beetroot, then I go for corned beef and beetroot. But you can't eat too much beetroot. Do you know why?
Because it's not possible. It's like eating too much chocolate. It's just not possible.
No.
It makes purple, doesn't it?
Now, there's one big side effect of eating too much.
Are we talking about the morning after?
Well, within a few hours, maybe.
It's like eating asparagus, isn't it?
If you eat, well, no, that's worse. But if you eat too much beetroot, your wee goes red.
Yeah.
Sprue Glue says red wee. Piccadilly. Oh, Sadster says Piccadilly.
It's quite worrying if you forget that you've eaten beetroot.
Yeah.
Dash it off to the doctors with a sample. Look what's come out.
Yeah. So, Luke, if you do want a sticker, send us an email with your name and address, because you didn't include that in the email. I'll delete that email though, because we get rid of that. There we go. Well done.
All right. What are we going to do next? We've got a giveaway this week. Haven't we?
We have got something to give away, haven't we?
We've got last week's giveaway, haven't we?
Yeah.
That's me now, though, isn't it?
Go on then.
Do you want to look it on me, Tedward?
I'll look it on you. I've got the button.
I shall do a screen sharing.
You have the con.
I have the con, number one. Share my entire screen. Right, so last week, we asked you, we just told you we were giving away the Bandai 172nd TIE Fighter for freebies and at no cost to you. And all you needed to do was put a comment on that show from the week before last. And we wanted you to put in some comment or other. I've actually forgotten already now. It probably wasn't that interesting. Just put a comment on the video, basically. And we had 23 comments. So what I'm going to do, we've probably had a few since then. So I'm going to refresh the screen first so we're up to date. Oh, and there's an advert. Shut up. I'm not playing an advert when playing an advert.
Yeah, that went up.
Yeah, that's gone up to 35. So there we go. So we've got a load of comments, things you said you wouldn't expect to hear in Star Wars. Let's have a look. David Moore says, "Space, the final frontage. This is not quite Star Wars. These are the continuing stories of silly model makers spreading their love of 70s and 80s TV, confectionery, and craft model companies." Stuart C says, "We're not going to pursue charges on Greedo's death because we have so many witnesses. He fired hand first." Earl D says, "Luke spent the years missing making craft gin." I heard Ted's ears prick up then.
Gin.
Yeah. Philly says, "Happy Father's Day." Let's have a look. Live long and prosper, says Andy M. Nana Sunrise says, "Millennium Falcon transform."
Phil Kett says, "Awesome tank," but I think I'm reading the wrong comments.
Yes. Did I not get credit for doing a Transformers noise? Even though my dislike of Transformers. David Fox says, "Next on Jeremy Kyle, the DNA results." I don't know. Anders Ericsson says, I'll reuse a comment I used before. This will never be said in any Star Wars movie. It is I, Leclerc, returned from the war. And last of all, Simon D said, that gold bikini doesn't suit you, Leah. Nonsense. Anyway, yes, so those are all the comments we've got on there. So those are all people who can potentially win. That's an advert. The TIE Fighter. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to the YouTube random comment picker, picking comments randomly thing.
What does that site do?
This is her website's all about makeup and stuff.
Etoro.
But she's very clever, whoever this woman is, because she's got some pointless website about makeup and nonsense that nobody cares about. But she's also got one of her pages, the random YouTube comment picker app, which means she gets billions of hits on her website every day. But nobody cares about her makeup and stuff. Just come here for this. It's very clever.
Yeah, I think I need to do that then myself.
Yeah, if you're building a website, whatever the website's about, nobody cares. Just put something on there that people are going to come and use, like download YouTube videos or convert to animated GIF tool or something that people are going to use in their millions, and that's how you do good websites. Anyway, random aside. So, copy the URL for last week's video. We shall put it in there. Loading the comments now, sir. We have 36 comments, and we're going to pick a randomly picked. I'll just press the button. Give me a countdown, someone.
3.
I did the last one.
3, 2. Oh, what's next?
7.
1.
7. Now there's no animation. It's a bit rubbish. It just picks one. So, there you go. Gaz Wilcox. There's Klingons on the starboard side. I think it would be an animation or something, but it doesn't.
Yeah. It's much better when you use that other comment picker where it builds up a bit of tension and
it goes. Well, no, it's me that makes the noise actually, but there's an animation that should make that noise.
Oh.
So anyway, Gaz Wilcox, well done. Comment number 26. You have won yourself the Bandai Star Wars 172nd TIE Fighter. Kit number 01201. So all you need to do to claim your spanky prize is send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and just say you've won that kit, and just put hashtag 01201 because that's the code for the kit on the website, so we know which one it is. They've put one to one side for you, so pop us your email with your name and address, and we'll get that off to the guys at eModels.
Well
done
done.
to you.
Yeah, I don't know if he's in tonight, but if you are, make yourself known.
Yeah.
I don't know, everyone's got different names in the chat and in the comments and things and stuff.
Yes.
You know.
I shall stop with the screen sharing. Stop sharing. There you go. Are you off me now?
Yeah.
I've unclicked it.
Well, we've got that bloke that looks a bit like you, but with less hair.
Well, my younger, fatter brother. It will grow back. Maybe not as long as it was before. But that's staying short, I'm afraid, for the summer at least.
Yeah. You don't have to buy bigger hats if you get your hair cut, do you?
The funny thing is, I've got less hair on there now, but this hat now just grips tighter to my head because it's like Velcro.
Has it gone down further?
No, it's the same, but it's just stuck like Velcro. It's like,
is it like suction? Is it?
Yeah, it's like weird. I could go out in the wind now and nothing untoward would occur. So well done to whoever it was that won that. I forgot.
That was Gaz.
Was it Gaz Vickers?
Gaz Wilcox. Yeah.
Gaz Wilcox.
Gaz someone.
Gaz Wilcox. Well done. Well done.
So if anybody knows him, don't tell him, and then just claim it for yourself.
Yeah.
Robert Aitken says last night's digger was a carpet bag of steak. I don't know what that is, but it sounds.
Somebody did mention a carpet bag of steak the other week, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds like I need it into my face.
Carpet bag. That doesn't sound.
Wait,
pleasant.
why are we talking about food in the chat already again? All of a sudden.
Yeah.
Warren Chambers says fried chicken and mashed taters in gravy.
I don't.
But I live in the south.
Well, that explains it then. Yeah, fried chicken and mashed taddies and gravy. No, it doesn't do it for me.
What chicken and gravy?
Yeah, mashed
chicken's good, gravy's good, and mashed spuds are good. I see no problem with this meal of fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy.
I'm thinking the fried chicken and gravy should be with sort of roast potatoes, carrots.
Mash are just like roast potatoes without the roast bit.
It's like roast potatoes, but without the graft to actually get it in your face.
Yeah. It's just easy.
Robert Aiken said a carpet bag of steak was a pocket steak with fresh raw oysters.
Hang on. So a carpetbagger steak is a pocket steak, but those are both things that I don't know what they are.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Still sounds great though. I still need one.
Further explanation is required.
Yes. Making Model says, not the beef gravy you are thinking, Ted. American gravy.
No, I don't think I'm.
Voodoo Addict says, no red pea yet.
Yeah. Try some beetroot and then some. What does so? Never mind.
Asparagus.
Asparagus, yeah.
Asparagus is more of an olfactory consequence, I think, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Yes. Warren Chambers says, roast them, then mash them. Same thing. Haha.
Yeah.
Now I really want mashed potatoes. Oh.
Yeah, but mashed potatoes mashed with butter or milk.
Or both.
Or both. Chive, chopped up really fine, sprinkled on, or spring onions chopped up really, really small, sprinkled in and mixed in. And not cooked in with the spuds, but once you've made the mash, you put so it's the fresh, real tangy spring onion.
Ah. Okay. Pocket, yeah, we've had further further update. Take a steak, make a pocket, grill on the side, grill on the side lightly for 2 minutes, then turn over. Sorry, it's a bit like a cooking program now. Grill the steak, fill the pocket with oysters.
Okay, like a pizza.
Oh, right. So you cut your steak, so you slice it in the middle, so it's a pocket.
Oh, the steak is a pocket.
Steak is a pocket.
That sounds fantastic.
That mean it must be a thick steak to make a pocket.
Oh yeah, but it's an American thing. It's going to be a thick steak. It's going to be a steak the size of your cat.
Yeah.
So you're making the steak itself into a pita bread, kind of, with...
Yes.
Oh, what if you filled the steak with steak?
Ooh.
No, you wouldn't want to do that. I don't like the oysters, so I wouldn't do that. But you could fill it with other things.
Oh, you know what you could fill it with? You could get a massive steak, like a big ribeye. You could make it into like a pocket, and you could fill it with doner meat.
I think you might have trouble with any steak with bone in it because you wouldn't be able to cut.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe not a ribeye.
Put a hamburger inside it.
Oh, you could make a steak kebab.
What's that? The three bird thing that you do? You stuff a pigeon inside
a bird and a bird and a bird.
Turducken. Turkey duck.
There must be a steak version of that. Then you get a cow.
Then stuff it with a sheep.
Stuff it with a pig.
Stuff the sheep with a pig. Stuff the pig with, I don't know, what's smaller than a pig but still edible?
Gerbil.
Rabbit. Yeah, put a rabbit in the pig. What do you put in the rabbit? Dormouse? It's legal. It's edible. Then we get into like quail territory, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Make a Model says like a beef olive. Yeah,
that's.
Spring onions in mash is champ, says Matt Bradford. Andrew Lewis says steak is best uncooked. You can't eat raw meat.
We can.
Yeah, but it's not healthy. You'll get death.
No, some steak is uncooked, isn't it? So
yeah, apparently that's why you can order your steak blue or.
Oh no, I'll eat a blue steak, but I wouldn't eat raw steak.
Well, that's technically sort of rawish. They just sort of wave the fire at it a little bit.
Yeah, it's been cooked a little bit though. It's not fresh off the cow.
The middle bit isn't cooked at all.
It's cooked enough to kill off any parasites.
But if you use the right meat, then there aren't any parasites in it. Steak is one of the things that you can actually eat raw.
I don't know about that.
I wouldn't try it with chicken.
I voluntarily want to encourage tapeworms. I think.
Next week we'll have Gordon Ramsay to do a bit of cooking on.
Anders says swan, pigeon, elk.
Can't eat swan. It's illegal.
I don't think you can eat elk either. Is that not?
Well, we just don't have elk. It's not that we can't eat elk.
It's not that you're not allowed. You're just
able to eat elk.
Yes. I had swan once, but it wasn't as nice as the golden eagle.
Yes, for anybody who doesn't know, it's that in the UK it's actually illegal to eat swan. The only people that can eat swan are the royal family. It's the Queen.
And they never invite you around.
Yeah. Andrew Lewis says the best steak they ever tried was a horse. I've had horse once and I was disappointed because I couldn't actually taste the horse. It had a horrible, crappy sauce on it. I was in France. It was horrible.
Tesco's that made lasagnas and stuff out of horse meat for years.
Oh, in
and
that case, probably I've eaten horse more than once then.
you
Well,
probably
yes,
it tasted just like that lasagna I had last week.
It's funny that sounds familiar. Well, I was in France and I tried two things for the first time. One was horse, that they put a load of hollandaise sauce on that tasted foul, so it ruined the whole thing, and I couldn't taste the meat. So I've got no idea what horse tastes like. And it was also the first time I had lobster, which was half a lobster in some kind of sauce that was so thick I couldn't tell what I was eating, so I gave up. So again, I've got no idea what lobster tastes like either. So I've eaten horse and lobster and no idea what they taste like.
I've done all the usual things like ostrich and crocodile, that sort of thing. I've done snails as well, actually, sparrowhawks and snails.
Dave Cardboard says in France they serve steak tartare with a raw egg on top, and Chindy88 says Foxx rejects the concept of a steak tartare. I'll happily have a blue steak. In fact, my preferred steak is blue, but I wouldn't go raw.
Dave Cardboard says work give them kangaroo on Australia Day.
Oh, kangaroo's actually quite nice. I've had that. I've had
Carl says caramel is nice.
ooh, I had camel. I've had alligator. That's quite nice, and kangaroo is quite pleasant. Ostrich is all right, actually. It's expensive though. Lobster is great, like a massive prawn. Damn prawns. District 9 mode kicking in. I can't quiz it. I can't do the quote though because it's a family-friendly show. So, snails, wall fruit. I like that.
Yeah, that's what they call. Yeah, if you go in a restaurant, it says wall fruit. That's what you're gonna get.
Snails, wall fruit. I like snails. I've had snails. Snails. First time I ever had snails, and they brought out all the gynecological tools. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, snails are really nice.
Yeah, yeah. However, if you've been down the Cumbria coast, or if you've been Bardsey and things like that, you must have been cockle picking or gone
Oh
for,
yeah, Morecambe Bay picking cockles and stuff.
gone for something.
They're like whelks, aren't they? The same thing.
No, whelks are southern London Poncy nonsense.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can get
Cockles are proper northern seafood.
cockles and winkles. Used to go winkle picking and sit with a bucket full of winkles and a pin.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, going cockling in Morecambe Bay is brilliant fun. What's not brilliant fun is when you get home and you've got a pan this big and you've got all the cockles cooking. You're thinking, I've got to eat all that crap. Because it's like great fun. I like cockles, but when you get a pan, there's like 300 cockles, and you're like, I've made a terrible mistake.
I regret all my life choices.
Immediately regret this decision.
The thing is with cockles, you get a huge pan, and it's as big as your stove will take it. And then by the time you've de-shelled everything, you get something that goes in a pint pot. Yeah. So
That's the thing. If you're gonna go cockling in Morecambe Bay, it's great fun. Just get a small bag full. Don't get a bag this big because you're just gonna eat them all and be sad and sick. And you can eat maybe 20 or 30 cockles before you regret eating cockles.
another thing we used to do was go treading. Did you ever go treading?
Treading.
Treading. What you do when the tide goes out, you get left with huge pools of water in the sand.
Oh yeah.
We haven't got quite a rocky shoreline, but we've got a few rocks, but it's not pebbles, everything like that. But you get a few sort of sand pools. What you do, you put a net across one end of it so that anything inside can't escape, and then you take off your shoes and socks and you walk through this huge pool and you tread and you put your feet, you feel for the fish with your feet and you stand on it, and then there's one, and you bend down, pick it up, and you got usually a flatfish, a place or something like that.
Oh, cool.
So that's how you go treading.
Until the one day somehow a lionfish turns up in Morecambe Bay and you regret all your decisions.
Yeah, you regret all the junk and things that are left in the pool.
Sprue's going to eat the 3/4 of a jar of beetroot for science, and he'll report back next week. Well, not in next week, it'll be the week after you can report back.
Yeah, that's eating a lot of pickled food though. Your face will just go like that. You might desiccate a bit. Ashley Sparrowhawk correctly points out, Sprue, it won't be a fortnight the next show. So yeah, you may keep eating beetroot for a fortnight. There may be medical consequences. Don't take photos, says Zadster.
Andrew Leary said I should try treading at Drigg Beach. Bang, yeah, that's where the military range is up there. So
I'll tell you what as well I used to love doing on Morecambe Bay was around Ulverston and Bardsey. If you don't want to go onto the sand and onto the beach and stuff, it's a great place to go fossiling because there's loads. You can find loads of fossils on like just around Ulverston and Bardsey around the beach. Not on the beach itself, but you've got a little sandbank where the beach is, and then you've got the little cliff that's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet high. Just a little embankment, and you just break the soil
Is
away.
it a cliff if it's 4 foot high? I don't think
Well,
that's.
it's a cliff if you're tiny. It's like it's like that, and then it goes down. Then it's.
I'm thinking, White Cliffs at Dover sort of thing. It's not. If it's 4 foot tall, it would be
we don't need huge cliffs here.
We've got our 4 foot cliffs that are just the same.
4 foot cliffs.
I found. What did I found? I've got a massive collection of like corals, fossilized corals, loads of stromatolites, bizarrely, and loads of other little bits and bobs. But I got a fossilized coral like that big. It's big tubes. It's great, and lots of fossils of like worm tubes where they go into the soil and make tubes into the sand, and it fossilizes. So yeah, Morecambe Bay, great for fossils.
Well,
I like a nice bit of fossiling.
Take Skylar out there sometime. Let's go do that. Yeah, but we don't have big cliffs like Dover. We just have 4 foot ones, so we don't fall off.
Maybe they'll grow up.
You're near a barrow where you just have unemployment and depression. Don't have cars.
Your submarines.
Yeah. Zazta says it's ammonites, etc. on the coast here. Oh, I'd love to find an ammonite. And I actually went to. There's a place near here. There's near where I live. Well, not near me, but up Derby way. There's the Blue John Caverns and things like that. But I think up near, I can't remember if it's whether towards Kendal or not. There's all the slate quarries.
Yeah,
you go up in the hills and it's like mist and fog and constantly wet, and there's all the slate quarries. And I spent a whole day once just going around like chipping slate open because it's very rare you'll find fossils in slate, but you can. Never did find. I went to find a trilobite, but I never did.
We've confused Warren. He says, where the so-and-so is fortnight. You guys say that all the time. What is it? It's 2 weeks.
Fortnight.
It's an English thing. I don't know. It's
not a game.
To American.
I never thought about that nobody else says fortnight. Yeah,
fortnight is the thing. It's 2 weeks. It just means we're not here next week. In the UK, it's a bank holiday next week, and we don't do a show on a bank holiday because we're doing other things.
Yeah. So a bank holiday is like a public holiday.
Spruglu says 2 weeks time, not the video game.
Yeah. If somebody in the UK says fortnight, they mean I'll be there in a fortnight. I'll see you in a fortnight. It means I'll see you in. I don't know why it means 2 weeks. There's no
even if you break it down, fortnight. No, it doesn't work.
That it means 14 nights or something, or.
Oh, yeah, could be 14.
Similar word for 3 weeks. Well, obviously, for 4 weeks is a month.
Yeah,
fortnight is a unit of time equal to 14 days, 2 weeks. The word derives from the Old English "fioa tonight," meaning 14 nights.
I know stuff. I do.
Literally 14 nights.
Yeah, so now you can impress all your American friends by "I'll see you in a fortnight."
You'll be like, what? Yeah, you should now introduce the phrase "fortnight" to all your friends and colleagues and get them all saying it.
We'll reconvene this meeting in a fortnight.
Yes. And then, when you've got them all saying fortnight, you can get them all drinking decent beer.
And then some chocolate.
And then spelling words correctly as well, which also is a good start.
Andrew Leary says, forks used to have 2 spikes. Do you mean tines? Tines on a fork. Probably. I don't know. How many should they have? 3 or 4?
3? 4? You can get them with 2, but they're weird camping equipment usually.
Sporks.
I'll tell you what. When I got my army ration pack, it had the world's best spork. Oh, it was fantastic. It was a big fat spoon like that, but with the forky bit. It was brilliant. I put it in the drawer as a treasured item.
Yeah, Sprigler says the Americans should try say aluminium correctly as well.
Yes. Actually, that's where we have to confess that aluminum is actually the correct spelling. Because it was when the guy that discovered it called it aluminum, and it was only changed by us to aluminium to fit in the periodic table.
Well, all the others are called things like that. So
yeah, but technically, aluminum was the first name it was given. So technically, the Americans are right on that one.
Yeah, but we're right.
Carl says fork handles.
Fork handles.
O's, God knows. O's.
Fork handle. What were the nose?
Mon repose.
O's. I need O's. What was the other one? There's someone. I've forgotten now. Because when I try to think of the bits, all I can think is FUNEX, and that's a whole different sketch.
I keep thinking of an Xbox, but that's different as well.
Oh, and also... Dave Cardboard says, next you'll be telling me Pluto isn't a planet. Well...
Don't want to break it to you, but
Sprue says, Foxx, you're Canadian, stay out of this. I'm not a Canadian. I don't know what gives you that idea that I've got anything to do with Canada at all. That really wasn't worth the joke, was it?
no.
Ashley Sparrowhawk is herb instead of herb.
There's a great. Oh yes. I can't do the quote because it's got a rude word in it, but
there's they don't have courgettes, zucchinis and courgettes.
Yeah. Paul Horner says broken dishwasher got fog on the tains.
Right. Anyway, it's got to 11 o'clock again, I think. It's time to bring this evening's joviality to an end.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we can have another week off next week. We're going to have a lie down for 2 weeks now. We can have a lie down for a fortnight.
Yeah, fortnight.
See you in a fortnight.
Yes, so for anybody outside the UK, it is bank holiday on Monday next, so everything's closed in the UK, everything in the world, so we get a day off.
Yeah. I think even I've got a day off that day.
Have you?
I might do something. Yeah, but in the meantime, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and hope you win something, or if you haven't, you've given you some good ideas to buy from Chris's What's in Store tonight. So go and have a look at the eModels website, emodels.co.uk, and join us again in 2 weeks' time, in a fortnight. If you live in America, that's 2 weeks.
Yeah. Get that word trending in America, fortnight.
Yeah. Next, we want to hear some of these American reporters saying, we'll report back to you in a fortnight's time.
Jimmy Williams has just put some instructions for Chris in the chat.
There's 2 more weeks on, then one off, because there's another bank holiday shortly after that, and then I'll see I've got to go and make a cup of tea in a minute.
All right. So anyway, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. So it's that guy that we think is Foxx, but might not be. The real Foxx might be back. The real Foxx might be back.
I expect he'll be hairier next time you see him.
A bit, perhaps.
A bit, yeah. And so thanks to Foxx, thanks to Chris, and thanks to you guys, everybody, for joining us and making tonight what it is. If it wasn't for you guys, there's no point in us coming here. But thanks anyway, and we'll see you all when we see you again. So keep watching and keep on to the eModels Facebook page for any updates. I think that's everything, is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got
now. Bye.
You've got the button. Yeah, press the button.
Oh,